Hey, hi everybody, how are you doing? It's been a while since I've done a video, and today I thought Friday the 13th. Why the hell not? So much has happened in a month's time. We've had a lot of transitions, a lot of movements happening within many of our friends and families' lives and within our own lives. For me, it's been a lot of ups and downs. I've had some really great, like epiphanies, to some really sorrows within my own life, and not necessarily my life directly, but with friends and within my own family. And how do I deal with all of that? How do I deal with all that fucking shit? Excuse my language. But when things start coming to you and piling on and piling on and piling on, and you're just like wondering, oh my God, how am I going to get through the day? How am I going to get through the day? What I find is my faith, my spirit, my prayers, my meditations. And they are helpful. They are powerful. And how they help is that they allow me to see the joy in my life. They allow me to see that even in the darkest hours, there is still light. That I am able to overcome. And there's been a lot that, for myself personally, and I bet you too, that has been times that you really need to reflect, or how am I going to get through this, or why is this happening to me again? And it is for us to realize that life gives us what we need. And, sometimes we're like, what? I don't want it. I don't want that. But it is if we claimed bankruptcy, what was the reason why we, life gave us what we needed. Maybe it was the freedom. Maybe it was the time to start over. When things happen, even within death, why these things happen, we don't know why the person may have had to leave at that time, or transition, and that's what I call it, transitioning into the other side. But what did it give to us? And maybe it was a sense of newness, that life does continue, that life is never ending. Doesn't matter what dimension it's in. And for us coming into this season, and we're heading into what we call the Christmas season, the Yuletide season, the season of giving, and this is a time of, for me, reflection of my whole year. And I know as a practicing pagan, Wiccan, spiritualist person, there's a lot of times of reflection throughout the wheel of the year. But this time of year gives me that extra, where I've gone through the whole 12 months and heading into the last month. And I know it's only November 13th, but time is really for us to utilize it the way that we want, since we made it up. And it's time for us to say, what happened during this year? How have I changed? Because I know from January to now, I am not the same person. And I know that even from last month to this month, I am not the same person. I have grown, I've expanded, I have new knowledge within me that is for me and for me to share. And this is a time to take notes. This is a time to meditate. And I keep on saying meditate, and I know there's a lot of you out there that say, oh, I can't meditate, I never get my thoughts, out of my head. Well, nobody can get their thoughts out of their head. But what the meditation is the stillness, and getting into that stillness. And when you get into that stillness, it allows for that peace and that love and that joy to come forth. If we are not in that stillness, what happens is we get dis-ease within our life in different forms. And that could be through colds, bronchitis, flu, to something even more severe, which could be anything to do with cancer, or even inflammation within our joints. Finding stillness helps us to lead us to what we need and where we need to go to either get the help that we need, or to help us to instill us that we are doing the right thing. That's what it does. And in stillness, it brings the information in, prayer, we go out. And as we go out in prayer, prayer means I am asking. That means I'm putting out there, where should I go? What should I do? Whom shall I talk to? I open my arms to the abundance of the world, and I allow it to come into my life. Now, those words and how we say it are very important. And as we reflect, start reflecting on what we are saying to ourselves and the words that we use to ourselves, because our words carve out our path. Words are so important to how we describe ourselves, to how we describe others and our life around us. And if we use words like, oh, I'm always poor, I have no money in my pocket, or I'm just a stupid girl, or I'm always fucking up. When we use these types of words, what happens is that that's what's carving out our path. That's what's becoming our reflection within us. Instead of saying like, I am prosperous, abundance is coming to me now, I am a beautiful, loving, caring person, I am learning each day and getting better each day. Doing and saying these words really help us as human beings to be able to be the driving force within our own life. And I find that so, so important in our day-to-day. Right now, a lot of energies, as usual, coming in. And we've been in the phase of Virgo for a while. And Virgo is can be very stressful. I love you, Virgo people. But it can be very stressful because it's always to perfection. And, always doing the right thing, saying the right thing, doing the right thing. And we have a choice in what we say and what we do. So if we decide to eat the whole bit of brownies, and at the end we have a choice. Do we want to feel guilty or not feel guilty? And that's the choice. And yeah, guess what? Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you had a choice. But you do. You have a choice. Do I want to feel the guilt and the shame because I ate all the brownies? Or do I want to say, yeah, I ate the brownies and, maybe that fulfilled me for that moment that I need it. I can do better tomorrow. And that's the joy. You can do better tomorrow. You could do better in the next minute. You could do better in the next hour. You could do better in the next 3 hours. All right? We have that choice. And when we acknowledge the choice, when we acknowledge that, we will bring forth the abundance and the beauty and the bliss within our life. Does it happen overnight? Not really. It just takes practice. And the more you become aware of those thoughts in your head, the more you become aware of the feelings that you are feeling, that is happening within that's happening within your life and your reflections, you'll find that things will start getting better. And it'll happen with little steps and little steps and little steps. Spirituality, you can call it spirituality, you could call it whatever you want to call it, you can call it religion, you can call it what have you. And having some form of faith really makes a difference in everybody's life. And they are even now scientifically proving that. And they're finding that when somebody has that within them and has that form of connection, community, that we have less dementia, that we have less disconnection, mental illness starts to decline. And we find that cancer starts to decrease. All because we are starting to communicate with one another in a positive, loving way. And that we start to form a community and support one another in a loving, caring way. And it makes a huge difference in the world. Amazing. It's just totally amazing. I do have some cards and they're yelling at me right now. And what are they? They're Archangel Michael. So I got them upside down. Archangel Michael. So he is the defender. He is the right hand of God or the divine. He is that of all. He to me has a bazillion abs, and I always tell people that you can have him look like whatever you want. For me, he's either Thor or the Rock. So right now I'm shuffling these cards, knocking out any energy that no longer needs to be in there, And I'm asking to give us some guidance for this weekend. You know, and not to, just give us some guidance. That's what I want. I want some guidance. So I'm going to, and I'm shuffling them here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And here we go. Okay, Michael, what do you have to say to us? And I will pull out a card. And what is it? Oh. Perfect for this talk that I'm doing today. I love it! It says, be gentle with yourself. Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. Help me know that I deserve this compassion. I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. Can you, you know, when you ask, it is given. Okay, hopefully you can see that. There we go. And I'll hold it up a little bit closer for you. This is such a beautiful card. And, you know, when you ask, this is what I'm talking about. Being gentle with yourself. Being kind to yourself. A lot of us are under a lot of stress lately. I know there's a few out there that have had some really horrific things happen within their lives lately. And I'm saying to you specifically, be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. And know that each day is going to get better. You may not notice it, but it will. It really will. And on that point, I'm going to love you and leave you. Okay? If you are wanting an appointment or reading or guidance or life coaching, hey, contact me, The Guru Mama. I am on Facebook. You can find me through thegurumama.com. And you can find me, obviously, on Facebook. You can email me, thegurumama@gmail.com. Or come and see me down in the underground, just below Bali and Beyond, on 17th Avenue Southwest. So please, come, book an appointment, come see me, and don't think you have to do it all alone with whatever you're going through. God bless. I love you. The Goddess within shines brightly, always within you. Namaste.